women laughing? Like clearly, like one of us is right, one of us is wrong. Because I like, in order to prove you wrong, I'm pointing at a cohort of macroeconomic data points and running an analysis on them. For you to prove me wrong, you're saying Biden was sleepy and Kamala Harris was cackling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why everybody tried to lie about it. Like during Biden's presidency, everybody said Kamala.
What was one bad economic policy the Biden-Harris administration passed?
The Inflation Reduction Act.
And why was the Inflation Reduction Act bad?
It was terrible. It did not reduce inflation at all. It actually made it go up.
Okay. Okay, can you please give me an economic analysis to prove that? No. I could give you an economic analysis to disprove that. Well, okay. My first economic analysis to disprove the notion that the Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation to go up is that, well, it was implemented in August or September. No, it was implemented in August of 2022, right? Every single month after August of 2022, inflation went down. Okay, that's a really easy economic analysis to prove that it didn't make inflation go up. Now, here's a little bit more of a clear-cut analysis. The Congressional Budget Office tells us that the Inflation Reduction Act was deficit-reducing over the 10-year lifespan of the bill, meaning that it reduced our expenditure. Reducing our expenditure reduces, like, the input of the money supply. Reducing the input of the money supply has a downward pressure on inflation. Therefore, we know that the Inflation Reduction Act did have a downward pressure on inflation.
So, your argument, I'm just trying to understand this because I've never heard a Democrat actually say this. You guys try to say, oh, it wasn't meant for inflation. So are you now actively arguing that the Inflation Reduction Act actually reduced inflation?
So two things can be true at once. The other Democrats that have told you it wasn't really meant to reduce inflation were right. But it did reduce inflation, just really marginally.
I mean, I'm just astounded. Like, how much are they paying you?
To read the facts off of either my computer screen or to regurgitate the conclusions of studies that have seen proving this before? Nothing. Are you telling me that I am lying when I suggest that the Congressional Budget Office, who's run by Republicans, tells us that the Inflation Reduction Act was deficit reducing? Clearly, it just seems like you don't have a counter argument, so you're going to try to attack my character compared to attacking the substance of my position. That is, by definition, an ad hominem fallacy. An ad hominem fallacy is where you attempt to critique the character of somebody making an argument and attempt to discredit the substance of my position.
Yeah, I mean, we can argue that their indirect policies also cause inflation. We can talk about their
yeah, sure. After you concede that you were wrong when you said that the Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation.
Yeah, I can concede that it probably went down like 0.0005%.
How much are they paying you? How much are they paying you?
We'll be deploying shortly.
You just said that the Inflation Reduction Act didn't cause inflation. How much are they paying you?
So could you like,
also, you said that you were wishing you were getting paid by. You legitimately think that the DNC pays me?
I mean, they probably on here gifting you every day.
Bro, you're a moron. No, the DNC
If I
doesn't.
go through your gifts, it's gonna say DNC.
Nah, bro. Listen, anybody watching the live stream can support me through Venmo and the PayPal Linktree and my bio on TikTok. Pin message over on that YT stream and right there, DEANWITHRS without any labels. This is private donations coming from people watching the stream, not donations from the
Yeah, so I mean, just overall, like.
Nat, thank you for the $5 on Venmo from the DNC. Thank you so much, Nat. Holland, thank you for the $2. Thank you, Holland.
That's probably Newsom.
Fassi with the $9 over on PayPal. He says, good work on that crazy MAGA unhinged runner. Appreciate you for the $9, Fassi. Show some love to Fassi down below. Patsy, thank you so much for the $30 over on Venmo. I really appreciate you so much for that love, Patsy. Patsy with the $30 says, here's my DNC money. Dean, love you. Thank you for all the DNC funds, injecting them straight into my bank account from Gavin Newsom's wallet. Directly from Gavin Newsom's wallet. Thank you so much. And then Fussy, thank you for the $5 over on Super Chat as well.
Yeah, I mean, overall, like, just the entire policy. I mean, we jump to a lot of subjects. My main point is about capitalism.
Then name one bad economic policy that the Biden administration got.
Yeah, so if we talk about their extension of social welfare, I completely disagree with it.
What specific extensions?
Yeah, so we've seen higher levels of food stamps, welfare, things of that nature, spending under the Biden-Harris. So when I say extension, I'm not.
You can't just get away with making like some like general claim. You know, you're gonna have to put towards exactly what policy.
So I'm speaking of specific actions and trends that we see under the Biden.
Okay, so like EOs.
We do not see.
So show me the executive order then that you don't.
Yeah, wait, do you have hearing issues?
No, I don't have hearing issues. You said I'm talking about the specific actions of the admin. Well, the way that an administration acts, okay, towards the economy in most circumstances, especially domestically, would be by influencing a bill to get passed through Congress or reinterpreting the law that is already on the books with the use of executive orders. But in most scenarios, it is going to be through Congress since, you know, of course, Congress holds the power.
So I said actions and trends. And
yo, Olivia, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. He says from the DNC. Thank you so very much for that love, Olivia. Let's get 200 Olivia W's down below in that comment section for the $20 from the DNC. So about the trends part, you can't just blame an economic trend that's happening in America on the president, or else I could just blame the fact that we saw the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression on Trump because it happened under him in the first term. You have to be able to attribute that trend to the presidency by pointing out what they did to cause it. Now, can you stop just throwing like random insults at me every time I prove you wrong? It's like kind of annoying.
I mean, that's just some white. I mean, I'm sorry that you're hurt. I know that's just white boy stuff. But
I'm not hurt. It's just fucking annoying, bro. Like, come on, this is a debate stream. Put the big boy pants on now. Okay, stop crying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to insult you. Being a Democrat is insulting in and of itself.
Oh,
but
really?
I mean,
it's insulting to not want a rapist as president.
I mean, see, that's just called pivoting the argument.
No, I mean, you said it was insulting to be a Democrat. I'm on the left because I do not want a rapist as president. I'm on the left because I don't want rape kids to be denied access to abortion. I'm on the left because I don't want a president that has infringed on 2 articles of our Constitution, 7 amendments of our Constitution, and I do want tax cuts for the working class. Those are some of the main reasons why I'm on the left. Okay.
You're on the left
that's
because
insulting.
you're a socialist who wants to keep increasing government spending.
Oh, no, the only person who wants to continue to increase government spending here is you, sir. So, do you know what the... get ready for a responsible federal budget. Do you know what the CRBF is?
I'm not aware of what that is.
No, I know, right? Because you're a moron, right? But you didn't go to college, right? Remember when you said that to me earlier when I didn't know something?
Oh, did that hurt your feelings, Dean? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'll give you more grace than you gave me. But anyways, so the CRBF tells us that under Donald Trump in his first administration, their administration signed $8.6 trillion worth of debt-related spending into law. Do you know how much that same institution reported the Biden-Harris administration spent?
Cradle bomb is clearing.
Nah, tell me.
Received intel there's valuable supplies in the blast zone.
4.5. Nearly half of what Trump spent. Now, what about Trump in his second administration so far? Over $5 trillion in a year and a half. Seems like the quote-unquote socialist who wants more government expenditure here is you.
So you would have to itemize that. What did Trump spend on and what did Biden spend?
Oh, yeah, it's legit itemized. It is legit itemized on the CRBF website. Dead ass.
So were these investments that Trump spent on, or were these?
No, they were investments. They were investments that Biden and Harris spent on. Like, for instance, the largest contributor of the non-COVID related expenditure to Biden was the infrastructure bill, which like literally invested $1 trillion into renewing the infrastructure across this country to create more jobs, to give more people more money to then spend to prevent a recession, without like causing skyrocketing inflation more than we already saw from the 2 rounds of stimulus checks. Now, another thing that they spent a bunch of money on was the Science Act, which was, like, unironically an investment from the government into American chip producers to build more chip facilities on American soil, to then take up more of the global market supply. Before Biden and Harris, we produced sub 1% of chips through that Chips and Science Act. We're expected to hit around 45 million. We also saw another investment into free internet, investments. And all of these government investments, which, you know, will give us an ROI, also then caused a lot of private investment, which is why we saw the largest boom in recorded American history of investment into American manufacturers under the Biden-Harris administration. What did we see under Trump? We saw that he spent $1.9 trillion on the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which, according to two of the economists, one on the right, one on the left, only led to 0.04% GDP growth annually, which is like around 60
This is Connor! I'm back in the air, yo!
So I'll give both the benefit of the doubt because both of their budgets were a bit skewed due to COVID. But if we just look at the nature of their investments,
then let's just account for the COVID expenditure. If we account for the COVID expenditure under Trump in his first term, he goes from $8.6 trillion to $4.8 trillion. And if we account for the COVID expenditure under Biden in his first term, he goes from $4.5 trillion to $2.2 trillion. What the fuck now?
Yeah, so if we look at the nature of the investments, we're just going to have a fundamental disagreement because you're saying that Biden's investments in the Chips and Science Act and the infrastructure bill are actually justified. I think they were terrible. I actually believe large tax cuts actually benefit our society more by bringing in businesses.
So why was the Chips and Science Act terrible?
So the Chips and Science Act is terrible because it did not enlarge, bring mass industry. It did not bring mass industry to America. Could you give me some stats on the Chips and Science Act and how it benefited American citizens, bringing jobs or higher wages? I would love to know.
Yeah, I think that the Chips and Science Act has to date created 5,000 jobs. We saw chip manufacturers pop up in Idaho, chip manufacturers pop up in Arizona, and we continue to see them pop up by the day. Same thing for the infrastructure bill. That has been so responsive to build infrastructure in this country that Trump has started to claim credit for it. Oh, we saw another chip producer pop up in Ohio. Oh, South Carolina too.
Yo, like, you are really, like, you're insane. You're not a real person.
I know.
The Chips and Science Act cost us $280 billion over 10 years, and you're saying that they gave us 5,000 jobs. Are you insane?
Oh yeah.
Are you normal? Are you a normal human being?
For that being the result after 3 years is really impressive. Usually it takes a little bit longer for government projects to get off the ground because you have to go through all the regulatory requirements. Even before you end up giving companies money, you have to go through all the regulatory requirements. You have to ensure that the companies that you're giving the money to are acting in accordance with the bill. You have to ensure that, you know, like abiding by the 3rd section of like the 14th Amendment, equal protections. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of bureaucracy. The government works slow. That's just kind of how government investments go. And that's honestly why I'd say if you want to look at an immediate short-term benefit, well, then I would point you towards the private investment in which transpired because of the public investment. After we vowed to dunk billions of dollars of public funding into private chip manufacturers in America, we then saw quarterly private investment in those same manufacturers go from like $90 billion a quarter to close to $200 billion a quarter. So it was already recouped in private investment in like 1.5 financial quarters.
Chat, I want y'all to listen to this man. This man told us that $280 billion over 10 years is reasonable for 5,000 jobs.
That's not what I told you. That's not what I told you.
No,
don't misinterpret my argument to try to like win the chat over. No, that's not what I said at all. You don't have any comprehension skills, so you think that's what I said.
So for 5,000 jobs, I could start a McDonald's tomorrow and get 5,000 jobs.
You know what? I'm actually fucking wrong. So first and foremost, wow, really wrong. Holy shit. Wow. So Brookings tells us that not only was the Chips and Science Act, that didn't cost $200 billion, it was $52 billion. Do you want to concede there first?
over 10 years, it's estimated to cost $250 billion.
Nope. According to Brookings, it is 52.7 million. So what's your source?
Cops are clear to farm field on field.
Okay, continue your claim.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Brookings says that so far, it has been 5,000. Zero.
Supply drops are being deployed to the war zone.
54,000.
So are these
And that's
direct
just
jobs?
and yeah, those are just the direct jobs. When we account for the indirect jobs, including construction, it's actually over half a million.
So let me get this right. All right. So you personally, if you had $52 billion, and you invested $52 billion into something, and you could only create 50,000 jobs out of $52 billion, because you are.
Oh wait, no, you're already wrong. Remember, that's $52 billion over 10 years.
So you are a social democrat.
Wait,
right?
wait, you're already wrong
So-
because that's $52 billion over 10 years. It's
So
just
could you read out a full
one-
sentence that
one
says
moment,
that?
One moment. That's $52 billion over 10 years.
So could you read out a full sentence that says that? Because I do not believe that for a second.
Yeah, just go on Google, type in how much did the Chips and Science Act cost. It'll be $52.7 billion. And that is a 10-year projection from the Treasury. It's how public expenditure policy works. They typically do it over 10-year projections from the Treasury.
I'm going to Google this right now. And I'll concede if I was wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Type faster, buddy.
Oh, no, you were right. I was wrong. It's authorized over $280 billion for 10 years. So you were right. The $52 billion is just for the first three. So go ahead and pick up where you left off.
Yeah, so I'm going to need you to bow down and actually accept that you were wrong because you didn't go to college. But it's all right. I'll give you some grace.
Wait. I did just accept that I was wrong.
All right, so I'll give you some grace on that. So back to this $280 billion over 10 years. Over 10 years, if I had $280 billion to invest, I would create a lot more than 50,000 jobs. Do you think, Dean, you would create a lot more than 50,000 jobs?
In 10 years? Sure. And that's what the proponents of the Chips and Science Act think as well. So Brookings estimates that in the first 3 years, there's been 54,000 jobs created. However, the projects are expected to create upwards of 200,000 direct jobs over the course of the next 7 years. Not to mention that there's another outcome here that we need to take into consideration, and that would be the private investment that is triggered as a result of the Chips and Science Act, which is estimated to be at around which is 5 times more than the amount of money in which has been spent publicly. So not only has it created 50,000 jobs, but it has also caused close to $500 billion worth of investment with a price tag of $52 billion.
All stations, we are
So
ready to go.
I want you to
Stand
give
by
me an
for
estimate,
deployment.
because I've been on here 30 minutes. So I want you to give
Enemy
me an
dropping into the
estimate
AO.
of how many jobs you think would be reasonable for the American taxpayer to expect from 280 billion with a B.
Can you please
How much
respond?
jobs should we expect?
No. Can you respond to what I just said? Because you also have to consider the private investment in which it causes.
Yeah, so you said that the private investment caused around $1 trillion to actually.
No, the
half
public.
of- you said half.
Sorry,
a
you're getting tripped up. It's
Survive and
because
your
you
team
didn't go to
can
college.
redeploy.
It's that the
Eliminate
public
targets to bring
investment of
them back
$52 billion has caused close to $500 billion worth of private investment.
So I would agree with that. I'm all for private investment. So I mean, what's your point? I agree with you.
Yeah,
agree with
I
you
mean
there. I'm
that
saying-
seems like a point. Okay, so a projected total creation of like 200,000 direct jobs, plus if we just look at the expenditure already, $500 billion in 3 years. That's close to like 1.5 trillion to $2 trillion worth of private investment over 10 years. Okay, so 200,000 jobs. Okay, and close to $2 trillion worth of private investment for the price tag of $280 billion worth of public investment. That's a good investment. Madeline, thank you for the future city. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I would have to disagree. I think we can get more for our money as.
Oh,
American
okay.
taxpayers.
Okay, so you don't disagree in the sense that there is an ROI generated. You just think that that money would be better placed elsewhere. Like what? The big beautiful bill that spent over $5 trillion just to take healthcare away from 10 million people, food stamps away from 3 million people, to reduce the purchasing power of the average American making at or under $51,000 per year, like that. Or the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that spent $2 trillion, okay, and only led to $60 billion worth of GDP growth annually. So not only was the Chips and Science Act able to surmount any level of investment achieved under Trump in his first term, but it also, in comparison to the investment made under Trump in his second term, wipes the fucking floor. So can you agree that in comparison to Donald Trump, Biden and Harris were significantly better investments than Trump?
Counter UAV above. Electronic countermeasure.
Okay, so in the
active.
same way I gave you a nuanced economic analysis to demonstrate that they're paying $280 billion for close to $2 trillion of private investment over 10 years with the creation of 200,000 jobs, show me a better investment from Trump. And be just as specific as I was with the Chips and Science Act.
So I would concede there as far as he hasn't made a specific investment that would.
But he has made specific investments. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the big beautiful bill, the fucking ballroom. He has made specific investments. So why can't you compare them?
ECM terminated.
Yeah, I was going to make
returning
the
to base.
explicit claim that both of these acts actually led to an increase in business ownership, especially in the black community.
Oh, no. I went numbers. I gave you numbers.
Yeah, I'm about to give you a number, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
so between 2017 and 2022, the black business ownership rate jumped 63%.
Okay, caused by what Trump investment?
So this was particularly due to the SBA, and you were able to write off taxes for small businesses. I'm not sure if I'm getting that right.
Okay,
but-
so the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act?
On station. Jammer
Correct.
operating.
Okay, well, see, the issue here is that you're like framing this from before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was implemented. You said from 2017 to 2022, yet the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was only implemented in 2018. So let's do from 2018 to 22. And now, what specific provision of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act caused this outcome?
So it was opportunity zones, which specifically were targeted towards black
easy.
neighborhoods.
Oh, easy. Show me one study that reliably concluded with sound methodology that Donald Trump's opportunity zones increase black business ownership. Because I could give you a study to demonstrate otherwise, from Harvard, in fact. I could give you a study from Harvard that says that only 1% of the investment from Trump's opportunity zones went into the creation of jobs in marginalized communities. The other 99% of those investments were used to buy real estate properties because still yet they were tax deductible given that they were buying the real estate properties in the opportunity zone. Okay, so show me your study that reliably concludes that Trump's opportunity zones increase black employment.
I mean, you got me there because I have a life.
Black
I
business
can't pull
ownership.
up a study.
Okay,
Right
so
now.
then your argument is wrong, already off the rip. So then go ahead and try to give me an example of another business investment from Trump
No, so hold
that was
on.
better
So-
than the Tax Cuts and that's better than
No,
the
if
Chips and
you-
Science Act and divide them again.
If you're concluding that it wasn't due to the opportunity zones, what was it due to?
Oh, okay.
Magically,
So
why
this
did
is
black
this is
business
where you want to
ownership jump during Trump?
this is where you want to burden shift. No, see, you have to be able to demonstrate that it was caused by the Trump administration. I don't have to demonstrate that it wasn't caused by the Trump administration. I don't know if you've ever had a debate before. Probably not because you didn't go to college. But that's what we call making a positive claim, in which would then necessitate a burden of proof.
Why are you projecting, Dean?
Oh,
I'm sorry
no,
that
I'm
hurt
not
your
projecting.
feelings.
No, I'm not projecting. I'm just make it. Why are you getting angry?
I mean, if we talk about another policy.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about another policy. I want you to demonstrate the evidence that entails the conclusion that the Trump administration's policy directly increased, black business ownership by giving justifying evidence, as you are the one who would possess the burden.
Moving this way.
So without any current, without the current ability to pull up a study, I would be forced to make a correlation causation, which I will do anyways because I went to college.
Okay, good.
So
I mean, because you didn't go to college, you don't know this, but I'll happily inform you that a correlation causation is literally the meaning of a logical fallacy. You cannot just assume that because two variables are correlated to one another, that the first variable caused the second.
Your squad mate's back on
I
station.
know you didn't go to college, but I'm happy that I could educate you on that logical fallacy. Thank you.
Yeah, so for me as a voter, if my people had a 63% increase under one person who explicitly claimed he was good for businesses, and then the business rate dropped under another, I would probably support the first person.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's do
non-college.
so. Let's do correlation causation fallacies real quick. What was the black unemployment level in August of 2020?
So you're gonna say 5.3%, and then
Nope.
it jumped up to 7.1.
Nope. 24. 24% in August of 2020. Who was president?
I would say Donald Trump, but COVID.
Oh wait, no, COVID doesn't matter because still yet the two variables are correlated to one another. You as a voter, okay, should see that we saw the highest black unemployment since the Great Depression under President number 1, Trump, and then we saw two 50-year historical lows for black unemployment under Biden at 5.2% and then 5.3%. Therefore, clearly it seems like the better president here, in accordance with your correlation causation fallacy, would be Biden.
But you see how I could provide the co-founding variable while you were unable to provide a co-founding variable?
Oh, okay. See, the co-founding variable doesn't matter. The reason why I make that claim is because a person who makes the positive claim will always have the burden of proof. It is not my burden to provide a co-founding variable in which caused this, else risk affirming your correlation causation fallacy. It is actually your burden of proof as a person making the positive claim to justify that the president caused it. You should know this, and you would, but you didn't go to college.
The person has the burden of proof, bro. You sound like a nerd. Just give me the
yeah. Say I sound like the person who reads books and is educated. I know. Appreciate you.
You sound like you got your head dunked in the toilet in middle school.
Yeah.
You're upset.
Yeah, got my head dunked in the toilet, popped it out, and now I'm shitting on Trump supporters day in and day out. I know. Stay mad, buddy. Stay mad. Stay pissed.
Could you tell me the
Stay
variable, or
pissed.
are you gonna default to the rules? Because I didn't
yeah,
understand this was
so I will definitely default to the rule that the person who makes a claim possesses the burden of proof to prove the claim.
Who made this rule?
Well, actually, the classical laws of logic would suggest this rule is a logical imperative. Okay? Well, I mean, it also would depend on your theory of justification. I wouldn't say it's a logical imperative. It would depend on your theory of justification. But the classical theory of justification would suggest that the person who makes the claim would have the burden of proof in order to demonstrate that it's true. So the most direct and concise answer, quote unquote, who creates this rule, it would be the classical theory of justification.
So Dean, I mean, I'm pretty sure I proved you wrong on every point here, and then you've just grasped for straws to the point where you defaulted to the rules.
No,
Do you not feel like
yeah.
a nerd?
Wait, I'm
Does
so
this
sorry.
remind you of when you used to get your head dunked in the toilet?
You used the word prove me wrong. No, you haven't proven anything. You haven't given evidence. You remember, your argument is supposed to be that you don't need to give evidence he caused it. Therefore, you don't need to prove me wrong. So let me correct you. What you meant to say wasn't, Dean, I've proved you wrong, but rather, Dean, I don't need to prove you wrong.
Yeah, so you can claim it's a correlation causation fallacy.
Well, it's not. It's not that I'm
this-
claiming it is. It is a correlation causation fallacy. By
If this happened
definition,
under Biden-
a correlation causation fallacy is where you assume that two variables that are correlated with one another have a causal relationship between one another.
Move to the safe zone.
Yeah, so under Biden, all right, so let me bring up a source now, because I'm able to do that. But while I do that, I just want to make this quick claim. If this happened under Biden and Harris, you would be running around screaming at the top of your white boy lungs that Biden caused black business growth.
Okay,
So
well, I
just
can
find it
actually
very
prove that wrong
disingenuous.
too. I don't attribute the
Only
COVID
four
bounce
left.
back jumps to Biden. If I did, he would literally be the very best president for employment in American history. Have I ever said that Biden is the very best president for employment in American history? No, because I don't think just because the bounce back of jobs from the pandemic was caused by Biden just because Biden was president. You're wrong.
I mean, that's up to you. That's your prerogative.
Well, I just proved your argument wrong again. You didn't go to college. You were too busy getting your head dunked in
I'm
toilets.
in college
You're
right
a little
now, sir. I'm
nerd.
sorry you must project.
Are you in the bathroom stall with your head in the toilet?
Oh, so you're projecting once again. So I'm pulling up the source right now.
No, I'm not projecting. I'm just making an observation here. No college, head in the toilet.
Yeah, so before you dropped
Right?
out...
Can we agree that you're no college, head in the toilet like a loser? Because you dropped out of college?
So, before you dropped out, what did you...
Wait, no, you dropped out. I didn't drop out.
Oh, so
I'm in
projection.
college.
Projection, okay.
No, I'm not projecting. You dropped out of college like a loser, and I bet when you were in college, you got your head put in the toilet like a nerd.
More projection.
I was in school for
Alright,
philosophy.
So I'm gonna go pull it up.
And by the way, let me clarify. I probably don't need college. Have you considered that as you sit on my live stream with 22,000 live viewers?
Wait, could you repeat what you just said, sir?
I said I probably don't need college. Have you considered that while you sit on my live stream with 22,000 live viewers?
I see 13.8.
Yeah, because you don't see the YouTube stream.
Oh,
Which is at 6,000. Which is 20. Sorry, let me clarify. Not 22,000. 20,000.
I mean, human nature dictates that people follow celebrities all the time.
Only 2 left.
Oh, you think I'm a celebrity?
No, I think you're a bot. Like,
Well, I mean, you just said that human nature dictates people follow celebrities in response to me saying I have 20,000 live viewers. No, you do think I'm a celebrity. How kind.
What's the definition of celebrity?
Well, apparently, according to you, your definition would include me.
Yeah, it would be a famous figure. So I would say that. Yeah, people do
Why?
tend
You
to
think
flock
I'm
to
famous?
weirdos.
Come on,
Yeah,
buy me
people
back.
flock to
You
weirdos
think
all
I'm
the time.
famous? Really?
R. Kelly-
Wait,
R. Kelly
before we
was
get to the
famous.
flock to weirdos part, you really think I'm famous? You're wow. Listen,
Drew
the
really made
adoration,
you.
that'll get you a
Drew
mile.
really made you.
See, when you were telling me that, like, I, college dropout loser getting the head dunked in toilets, that frustrated. But now you're, like, admiring me. I'm a famous celebrity? I'm starting to like you.
Really made you.
Wait, you
Alright,
really
so-
made me a famous celebrity? So I'm still a famous celebrity, according to you, right?
Dean, you're not gonna believe this. Wait, hold on, Dean. You're not gonna believe this.
Oh,
But
God.
Brookings, your source, right? This is beautiful. This is almost like a Jesus. Brookings.edu. It's titled "Reaping the Unrealized Gains of Black Business." Your own source. Your daddy Brookings.edu.
The enemy took that one. We'll get them back.
Oh, wow. So you gave me a source for the claim that from 2017 to 2022, the number of black-owned businesses surged. However, you did not give me a source that proves that surge was caused by the Trump administration. You're an idiot. Thought we already went over this.
So if you go down to the second part of the article that says transitioning from a sole proprietor to an employer firm, it gives you figure 1. It shows that under the SBA, which is controlled by Trump under his administration, I don't know if you knew that, under the SBA, during this time, more loans were given out to black businesses. So
Okay,
I
sure.
think we need to hit that anxiety pen
so where can
and
I
sit
find
down
that?
for a little bit to process.
Where can I find that?
So, as I just said, there's 45 sections of the article. The second section titled Transitioning from a Sole Proprietor to an Employer Firm. Then you go to figure 1 and look at that chart.
Do you mean table 1?
Figure 1.
Where's figure 1? I just see table 1.
So it says figure
Oh,
1 shows
shit.
this.
Wait, why are you lying?
Read out what it says.
I'll show everybody. Why are you lying? Why, bro? You have it on your screen. Why would you lie about it? You said that there was more loans approved under the Trump administration via figure 1 of this graph.
Wait,
Let's
scroll up to that paragraph.
One moment.
Scroll up to that first one.
Let's take a look at figure 1. Okay, 2017 Trump was president. 4% of businesses had loans approved. 2018 Trump was president. 4% of businesses had loans approved. 2019 Trump was president. 4% of businesses had loans approved. 2020 Trump was president. 4% of businesses had loans approved. Okay. Now the next year is when Biden's term starts. Let's. Oh, 5%. Wait, 5% is definitely more than 4. In fact, it's higher than any percentage under the entirety of the Trump administration. Wow. 22. Wow, 7%? 8%? Holy fuck. Okay, and then it goes down by 1%, but it's still at 7. Still much higher than any other term under the admin. And then 2025, it stayed at 7%. Wow, your own source proves you wrong. You must be butthurt.
Yo, this is hilarious. You literally just proved my point. So you see how under Trump it was rising, but why did it fall under Biden? So pull up that chart back again. Don't hide. We don't want to see your face, Dean. Pull the chart back up.
Okay.
Why did it start falling under Biden? Please tell me. From 2023.
From
why
2023
did it start
until
falling?
2024? Who knows?
Till
But what
2025.
So what I do know, it actually stayed the same in 2025. I don't know why they represent that as if it's going down, because it's 7% in each.
So I can give you an actual variable that shows why it jumped under Biden, and it's clear. I can give you another source that shows this is why. The COVID pandemic, PPP loans.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, so you think that it jumped under Biden for some reason unrelated to the Biden administration. Okay, that's fine. But this still doesn't mean that there was more investment under Trump like you said there was, you liar.
So could you read out that first paragraph right before the table? Could you read it out for
One
the
shows
viewers?
SBA loans approved for black entrepreneurs. These shares increase on average from 2017 to 2025, but remain low compared to the share of black population in 2025. 6.5% of black-owned business owners were approved for a loan, up from around 4% in 2017, but below the high of 8% in 2023.
So think with my brain for a second, a college-educated brain.
Yeah.
Let's actually analyze this. If under Trump, we saw black business growth, like the amount of loans being dispersed actually increasing, right? 4%, and it was moving steady, slowly increasing. Then it reached a peak under Biden, and then it started dropping between 2024 and 2025.
Hey, who was
Why
president
do
in
you think that is?
2025?
The data hasn't fully accounted for that yet.
Oh,
So
wait,
you
according to
can't-
Brookings, it certainly has. Who's president in 2025?
President in 2025 was Trump. and he
Oh,
stayed at-
okay. So
You
just to
literally
clarify.
said- you
Oh,
literally
okay.
said
Okay. So
it's
just
the
to
same.
clarify that it went. Well, I mean, then you had me read that paragraph, and it actually says there that it dropped by 0.5%. I don't know why they wouldn't represent that on the graph, but okay. That paragraph says that it dropped by 0.5%. So actually, what it seems like here is that if we look at the entirety of the Trump administration, comes in at 4%, leaves at somewhere between 3.5% and 4%, but lower than 4% because I think this point is a bit lower than that point. Oh, then we look at the Biden and Harris administration. Up, stabilizes to 7% in 2024. Trump walks and goes down by 0.5%. We see that there was better investment under Biden. And now this will be a really easy argument for me to make because, sir, you have wasted your time in this live arguing correlation causation fallacies.
If I, as a voter, see better investment under Trump and worse investment under Biden, then I can just assume that Trump's going to be better.
In fact, you even called me a nerd for suggesting that you had to prove his policy caused this increase that we saw under his administration. You said,
Dean, you keep on telling me that, well, I need proof for my claim. I can't just do a correlation causation fallacy. I'm very highly college educated. Well, so therefore you're a nerd?
okay. Well, let's just assume all of that logic real quick. As the average voter, okay, because I saw less businesses approved for SBAs under Trump, okay, and more businesses approved for SBA loans under Biden, okay, seems like Kamala Harris, okay, Biden's VP, okay, would have been a bit better for those SBA loans, okay. It's a simple correlation causation. Okay, that's right. That's right. It's a very simple correlation causation. You better not tell me that's a fallacy or I'll call you a nerd.
Now you know what
Okay.
you're up against.
Okay, you got it? As the average voter, you got it?
Yeah, so you just ran away from the point to go on a rant. Like, you said it yourself. That from 2024 to 25, it stayed the same. So the only real drop we saw was from
No, that's not true. It went down by
2024.
0.5%. Yo, chill out. It went down by 0.5%.
Just a few more and I get a free café.
That's the hill you're gonna. All right. So the only real big drop we saw was from 2023 to 2024. Could you remind me who was in office? I'm just a dumb college person.
After
Could you remind me?
yeah, of course. After going up by
They say that
4%, it went down by 1%.
until they weren't.
So I have a question. If something goes up by 4%, then goes down by 1%, holistically, when we look at the entirety of the ups and downs, did it in total go up or did it in total go down?
It in total went down. But I
You fucking idiot! No! You're supposed to be college educated! You're supposed to be college educated! No! It did not go down! No! No! If I put $4 into my bank account, okay, and then I spend $1 from my bank account balance went up. Why? Because I added more than I subtracted.
Okay, so we talked about variables earlier. I don't know if you know what that word means. So I can give you a
Tina,
source.
thank you so much for the wolf. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Would you thank Tina? Oh, thank you for thanking Tina for the wolf. Thank you. Same thing to you, Abby. Thank you for the $15 over on Venmo. He says, Chad, if you...
We have manners when we get grifted.
Okay, yeah, you think I'm a grifter?
Exactly how I thought my day would go.
I 100% believe that. So,
I 100% think that you're jealous. Now, sit down and shut up while I thank Abby for the $15 donation, okay? Abby, thank you for the $15 donation. I appreciate you. Let's get 150 Abby W's down below in that chat. That is ABI. Same thing too. Oh my God, Phil, thank you so much for the $60 donation on Venmo. Yo, bro, thank you so much, Phil. I want to see 600 Phil W's down below in that chat. Phil, that is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for that love and support. Show some love to Phil down below in that chat for the 60 big ones. He says, I don't know if you've been doing this or not, but you should ask these cult members how much their gas prices are and how they feel about it. Long-time listener and donor, keep being a true patriot, bro. Phil, you have been watching this for months. Legit, okay? I appreciate you so much for that love, brother. Show some love to the GOAT Phil down below in that chat. Same thing to Tyler. Thank you so much for the $20. He says, can you get Tom Slayer on your show? Happy Tuesday, Tyler. I don't even know what that is. Let's get 200. Definitely gonna check for Tyler. Summer with the $10. He says, why did I see YouTube today saying that I run for Charlie Kirk? Yeah, that's newspaper. That's right. Gina, thank you for the $10 as a weekly DNC payment. Case, thank you for the 5. Summer, thank you for the 10. I appreciate you guys. Show some love to all the donors down below. You know what? Can you take a moment real quick and just thank all those donors?
thank you to all the supporters of the Griff. We really support you guys. Thank you for the 373 points. And I see that you brought your token up here to get spent.
You are such a fucking dick. You are just such a dick. You know that?
It's super weird that the first thing he thinks of is like spanking me, but whatever. I've been listening to Dean Dog walk you this entire time. Like, it's been hilarious. Actually, I've been here from the very beginning. And I heard you floundering with your FBA points, and then as soon as he like debunked all of your talk when it comes to immigrants, undocumented immigrants, you tried to pivot and you've just been like spinning. It's actually been hilarious to watch you flounder.
No, yeah, you've been floundering the whole time. I know. Terry, thank you for the $35. He says for dunking on the guest, dude. I got paid $35 because I beat you. Thank you for the $35, Terry. Let's get 350 Terry W. WCRY. Thank you so very much for that love and support. Same thing to Calvin. Thank you for the 5. Beatrice, thank you for the 3. And Gabby, thank you so much for the $50. Saying, hey, Dean, here's your $50 DNC payment. Dean's neurotherapy collection. Every dollar helps Dean regain one lost brain cell from debating these morons. From Gabby. Gabby, you're funny as hell. Appreciate you for the $50. That is beyond kind. That is so much fucking money. Let's show some up to Gabby down below in that chat for the 50. Same thing to you, Olivia. Thank you for the $20 from the DNC. W's for the DNC in that chat. Thank you for the $20. You are awesome. I really appreciate you. William, thank you for the 5. And plus C, thank you for the 8. If you want to support me, if you want to support the show, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok. They're also in the pinned message on YouTube, and the handle is right there. It's literally my name, Dean Withers, without the E Withers. It is a great way to ask for questions if you get the message across. Okay, Child of Sunlight 05. Can you breathe?
Yeah, I can breathe pretty well.
Okay, take a breath.
No, I'm very cool.
No, breathe. Take a breath.
I know I'm an angry black man, and Santana came out here to be a token, but it's okay, Dean. I'm not gonna hurt you.
I actually want to ask you about that. Why is the first thing that you recognize about Santana the moment he joins the live his race?
He's been deflecting this entire time. This is what happens when you have that black substance in
I know.
that's all it is.
Like, bro, like, we're not even talking about, like the FBA shit anymore. Like, I got past that. I debunked that silly bullshit. We're just talking about, like, economics. Like, Santana didn't even explain the stream in a moment where we were talking about issues as relevant to the black community. And you're still calling him a token?
labeling things properly.
Yeah, I mean, he's
anything.
one of the biggest ones on here. I've seen his things time to time.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you're a fan. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
No, I'm
just
in college.
admire
I
me.
don't have time to be a fan of you.
It's fine. You can just admire me. It's okay. It's okay to enjoy what I do. You don't have to lash out. It's okay.
So back to those variables, Dean. So I have a source that can give you a variable as to why it jumped.
Is it like... Santana, you gotta let me know if I'm out of bounds with this, okay? And it's very possible that what I'm about to say could be out of bounds, so call me out if it is. I feel like if this guy was white, he would be a raging white supremacist.
Oh, no. You totally thought that he was parroting white supremacy talking points. Like, when you said that earlier, like, the way that he was repackaging trying to disparage immigrants, specifically, like, black immigrants, that's all FDA does. Like, they have no idea that they're parroting white supremacy talking points. And actually, there's a theory that the idea of FDA is literally just a plant for white supremacy. So, no, you're spot on.
Yeah. You know, I can imagine if, like, a white man would say many of the things that this guy's saying. Like, they would be racist as fuck. Like, they would be in that like, Fuentes crowd of incel groypers who just,
the way he knew, he had no idea who Nick Fuentes is, but he was like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, yeah, he is, because you guys said the same shit, because you guys are parroting the same talking points.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna follow these, mate. That's those variables.
You made it about
source.
Santana's race
started
the
it.
second he joined.
Literally.
The second he joined. He fucking picosecond. Dude cams up, you see he's a black man, fucking token. The first thing you said.
Literally.
So back to the variables, because you know I'm educated, so let's focus on those variables. I have a source that shows that the actual reason for the increase during the Biden administration. Do you have one?
No.
Okay. So give me a hypothesis. Why do you think it jumped during the Biden administration through those years?
Pandemic expenditure for civil no wounds, which I would assume would also
Okay.
Correct,
Okay,
specifically
so
in
you're probably
metropolitan
those two
areas,
years.
democratically ran metropolitan areas like Miami, New York, Washington, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Philly, Minneapolis, like all Charlotte, Chicago, like all of these areas are specifically the areas where it's closed.
Yeah, so like from a useful brain, I would think, okay, so Biden's jumping. Trump's jumping.
We didn't see it jump under the Trump administration. We did it.
And to be fair, I mean, prior to Donald Trump, the fact that Barack Obama had 75 straight months of growth, job growth, propelled the actual need for additional business. Oh, he's gone.
Alright, listen, I can't. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I've been doing this debate thing for a long time. When people will spend extended periods of time trying to argue an affirmation correlation causation fallacies,
I can't believe he admitted that that's what he was about to do and then tried to do it anyway. Like, what are we doing?
yeah, that's just like you know when you like listen to a song for it anymore? That's like, you know, arguing that you can make color theory is dead. Yo, DP, do you switch up? Okay, DP, how old are you? Okay, man, give me one moment here. I gotta thank Michael. Thank you so much for the $50 over on Venmo. Michael, thank you so much for the love. Please do show some love to Michael down below in that chat. Thank you so very much, man. Let's get 500 Michael W's down below. I appreciate you so much. Please do show some love to Michael down below, dude. I thank you so much for supporting me and what we do here. Same thing to Dwayne. Thank you for the $20. Who says, thank you for giving me something to listen to while going to work. This shit makes me giggle. I appreciate you for the $20, Dwayne. You are awesome, my friend. Show some love to Dwayne and Michael down below in that comment section. On PayPal, we got another Michael here with the $25 who says, Dean, you won this debate with a collar. As usual, you prove yourself to be dominant over so-called college-educated Americans. I appreciate you for the $25. I mean, well, it's because I've spent the last couple of years of my life doing hyper-specific at minimum, I agree. The richest man alive. No, truly. Oh, and all that money, make sure to send it to tax to press how to pay my vendors $3 an hour, that for a couple months. I hate it. Oh, then I also send them to negative infrastructure manufacturing plants where their CO2 emissions are just off the charts. I like give them an additional like $5 billion a year for CO2 emissions. You know.
Must have Mexican workers.
Wow. Are you Mexican?
Yeah, I am.
Right. Weird comment.
Spot me, bro.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Alert. Insufficient power.
You have no idea.
System offline.
Anything that has be going on with you're not a network penetration tester.
Can you repeat that?
You're
You're
muffled.
not a network penetration tester.
I'm not a network penetration tester. Is that what you are?
You're not good with computers. You have no idea. The world.
I mean, I would in a life before this. Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't do it.
No.
I think you're looking
I'm
for
trying
market
to.
penetration when you're talking about Trump, not network penetration.
Like the network and different things. I don't know. He said about computers. Like, white hat. You know what? Just tell us what he's doing. We've been getting some weirdos up today, dude.
Yeah, I know. I've been listening the whole time. It's been fun. Glad to see someone else get it besides me.
Bro, oh my god. We had a straight up pedophile join the live earlier.
Bro, I've been listening the whole time. I heard.
I got trapped by this.
Yeah, he got really close.
Yeah, that was nuts. Honestly, that was crazy. Hey, Mr. Exclusive, do you support Trump?
I think now we gotta go find the catch.
Not here. Yeah, for everybody that wasn't in the for everybody who wasn't in the live earlier, we had somebody come up and like argue that like some 13-year-old girls are really mature and consent to sex. It was like the craziest thing ever. It was crazy.
That was after the man-child wouldn't let you speak, right?
Yeah, man. Way too many pedophiles. Does anybody in here? Is anybody watching familiar with like Holo or whatever? Some like followers, some like major like Maxine TikTok got exposed for consuming CSAM, and at first like he all denied it, and then his girlfriend ex-girlfriend exposed it. Started to get a lot of shit from the community. But then Gideon was able to get this guy very barbaric. Gideon went on his Discord.
It's the little things.
Yeah. Basically. And then because of that, Gideon was able to get an in-person interview with Hilo, and during the span of this 2-hour interview, got him to admit to it. And this guy was like admitting to like
That was Astrid. She used to live here.
masturbating to CSAM. It was crazy. Yeah, man. I got a lot of respect for Gideon on that. He has been very effective at trying to help keep our streets clean. I got a lot of respect for Gideon because of that. A lot of respect. We're gonna try to get that next guest loaded up into the box, folks. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Everybody in the chat asking what CSAM is, it's child sexual assault material. It is CP. But, you know, we don't really use CP anymore. Child porn, because it's not porn, it's sexual assault, sexual abuse material. We're gonna get that next guest loaded up in the box right now. Only hop inside of that queue if you are MAGA. And there's still a lot of people defending this video. Like, there's just certain God.
I'm playing Steam Shot. By shape over here.
Wow, very angry. Can I give you some advice?
Freaking sick.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah, gracias, amigo.
Yeah.
Scroll. If you want me to if you want me to shut up, you can. You can just scroll. I'll shut up. It's that easy.
I've got the history building. You shut up.
Okay, you can make me shut up by scrolling. So scroll.
Like that. Okay.
Help this guy. On your phone screen. Just like that. All of a sudden, I'm here. You can hear me. I'm yapping. I'm not.
Nothing to
Gotta help him out. Let's go and get that next guest loaded up in the box. And help inside of that cube of your MAGA, please, and thank you for all the rules. I probably shouldn't be directing people on how to run. That's a bad thing for me to do. Probably shouldn't do that.
It might be tested. They'll be back.
Oh, they are. Yeah. You just lost 100 viewers, then gained 100 viewers. That's funny. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, let's go to try to get that next guest loaded up in the box right now. And up inside the field. If you are MAGA, welcome into eSport Trump. Of course, he's not here, folks. We're already at over 4 hours. We realistically should be ending, but I'm gonna try to do one last guest for you guys. I'm gonna try to do one last guest.
Hi, Dylan, the eSport Trump.
Oh, okay, then I just want to say one thing.
What?
With the TV on and the Alex Rosen stuff. Yes, but I just want to
The topic is about Trump. Why do you support Donald Trump?
Yo, I'm not here to debate Trump or not.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna drop you, but before I do,
Okay, well then watch.
My bad. I got him before you could say something. Quick trigger, sorry.
Bro, you're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, I've been like weirdly invested into like this whole discovery, so I was down to hear what he had to say. But welcome, enjoy to eSport Trump.
Dean, what flavor's your vape, bro?
And moving on to Sierra. Here we go. Where did Sierra go? I just saw her in the queue. Maybe it's just time to end, quite frankly. Quite frankly.
You know, it is time to shut the fuck up.
Oh, ain't it, Dick? Ain't it? It's time to shut the fuck up.
I think what he wanted to tell you was that Alex Rosen is a raging racist and Gideon is affiliated with him. Still to this day, raging racist. You can look into it if you want, I promise you. Go ahead. Yeah, everyone lie about you end that screaming. Shut that shit up.
You want me to shut that shit up, Rick?
Oh, yeah.
I got one word.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one word, Rick.
Are you trying to overfarm Dane?
You know what that one word's gonna be, Rick?
What is your name?
Fail.
That is the good shit.
You know how I feel about them fanboys.
Oh, you've endorsed it, Rick. Remember?
No.
Remember the first time you came up here? You were like, no, I don't want. But now you're, woo, you're, go, woo. How do you feel about me, big boy, Rick?
I can't stand him.
Oh, yeah, you can't stand him.
I can't stand him.
Because you don't stand around him.
I stand around them all the time. I stand around them.
So they're the ones not standing?
They're always around me. They're like an infested. racist pieces.
Okay, because they're just always around you wherever you go.
But it was
All in public and don't call others fanboys.
You
They
always
even
find
took over
yourself around the
Southside
fanboys.
Chicago. There's fanboy gangsters.
And you're always with them, right? They tuck you
Yeah,
into
yeah.
bed at night.
Yeah. When no, not into bed.
Listen, man, they love you and you love them, okay? Let's go.
I had a black guy come up on my live this morning and debate the colonization.
Dude. Dude. Come on. Are we joking?
Oh, he was dead ass serious. He said, I'm a bit of a eugenicist myself.
Dude. Yeah, the crazies are out today. Crazies are out today. Smack, are you one of the crazies?
Hey, what's up, Santana? What's up?
Oh, he's one of the crazies!
How's the jujitsu in your mom's basement doing, Santana? I know you proclaimed you did that last time we were here.
Jiu-jitsu? I don't do
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
in your mom's basement. What do you do? Remember you were trying to talk about how you do mixed martial arts in your mom's basement or something?
No, Bub. I said I've taken a lot of different fighting, but it has nothing to do with it. Hey, why are you fascinated with me? It's all good.
Do you remember me?
Are the gas prices going up or down?
On average, over terms year, they're actually lower than Biden, right?
Over the course of the last 12 months? So you're
if
saying
you
that
look
12
at
months
Biden's
ago.
4 years and you look at Trump's 1 year and you take the average of the two, it's called simple math. They're actually lower. Do you disagree or agree?
Well, I mean, I think that
The
a more
answer
fair
is you agree. The answer is you agree because that's what's correct.
The answer is I'm not clear because I haven't looked at the data. But I would assume that if it
okay,
were to
we
be
can look at it
higher.
real quick. Do you want to look at it?
No,
Or
because I'll just assume
no,
that you're telling
because
the
you're
truth.
wrong. That's why. Next question.
No, because I'll assume that you're telling the truth. I'll assume that the 4-year average for Trump was high, for Biden was higher than the 1-year average over the course of the last 12 months.
You know I'm telling the truth, but we can move on.
Well, I'm assuming that you are because I haven't looked at the data.
Here's the position you should take. The delta is actually higher with Trump. The average is not higher. So that's what you should actually say. If you want to, let me help you defend your argument.
Well, how about this? Here's what I'll say. If we were to look at the 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration and look at the gas price average, and if it were to be higher than it has been over the course of the last 12 months, the reason why it would be higher was, of course, because of the OPEC 20 deal, which reduced their output by 10%, in conjunction with supply chain shortages and shutdowns onset by the pandemic, refineries across the world going out of business, and in conjunction with us sanctioning Russian oil because of their invasion of Ukraine, cutting us off from another 25% of the global supply. These co-founding variables outside of the control of Biden, of course, increased the price of gas to $5 on average for a singular day. Okay?
Did you want to talk about the Keystone Pipeline?
But
No, 'cause
the
that
Keystone
doesn't help.
Pipeline didn't impact the price of gas because it wasn't.
Absolutely did. Absolutely
No, it was
did.
still under construction.
So you're telling me 2 months after Biden became president, gas just so happened to go up $2 a gallon?
Wait, I think.
Oh, it's not my day today.
Yeah, it didn't just so happen though. It went up for many of the reasons that I just shared. Now, if you were to look at 2 months into history, the reason why gas would start to go up there is because that was a couple months after the OPEC 20 deal took effect. That was right as the refineries were shutting down. Then it that has had started to stop getting these oil prices and shipments from OPEC and Middle East. And then, of course, that was accounted for the skyrocketing prices in 2022. But yeah, no, shutting down the development of the Keystone XL pipeline increased the price of gas because it was still under construction, which meant it wasn't piping oil to America, which meant it wasn't impacting the supply curve.
Called oil trusts.
Which meant it wasn't impacting the supply curve.
So I don't think you understand. Gas companies, they do predictions on what they're going to be able to make on their gas prices. If you get a president in that's going to shut down pipelines, their
Shut down the
prices are going
Keystone XL.
Biden did.
Oh, you're wrong.
Who shut it down? The Supreme Court shut down the Keystone XL?
Yes, the Supreme Court ruled that the Keystone XL actually could not be continued because pollution into the indigenous lands.
You got
And
sat
also-
down, Smack. Get cooked.
Exactly.
He's still
Also,
a pipeline canceled after Biden revokes permits.
Hold on. Let me finish.
No, I'm not getting cooked either, dude. Dude's reading it off of a computer screen. Let's be fair. And he's getting.
I'm not reading anything.
That's what you're doing. You do the same thing Dean does. Dean's got 15 computer screens open. Oh, now you're looking at me. You got 15 computer screens open, and you're doing your little liberal Google.
As I was saying,
you act like you're college educated, like you told the last guy, right? Well, let's go on.
black guy.
Joe Biden shut down the key pipeline.
Wait, is that what he said? I thought he said last time.
January 2021. I'm reading it right here, bro. Do the same thing you're doing.
Hold on.
I'll go on.
One. It was actually shut down by the Supreme Court under the Trump administration. He just actually didn't stop it. Biden came in and he had to enforce it because, again, indigenous people sued and said that it would pollute the land. But the Supreme Court for Canada, which that's where the pipeline comes from.
Exactly, that was the enforcement mechanism. Let's just clarify this real quick. So, the Biden-Harris administration revoking the permit was the enforcement mechanism that was legally mandated to take place due to the SCOTUS ruling. Also, Smack, I have a question. Have you ever tried smoking weed before, man?
Good question. Yeah, I did some of the stuff that like makes you sleep, but I'm more of an upper man, especially with my job and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so.
We could tell you're a bit more of an upper man. I think that you should try some of this.
I just don't like the way it messes with my brain, to be honest with you.
I think it probably
slows it.
I think that might help you out a little bit, Smack.
Look, I'm not like this in real life. I just don't want to be disingenuous about things. You guys are looking at computers. You guys are Googling everything I'm saying. And the moment I'm saying, you guys are coming up with questions. I work a full-time job as an engineer, so I don't have all this information like you guys have. And then I watch you shit on a guy before me, and you talk about his college education. The guy's going to college, bro. You sit here all day on a live with 13 different screens open, combating people. So let's be fair. You're not more intelligent. It's just what you do consistently. And you're not a famous person. You're famous with white, fat, liberal white women.
Jesus fucking hell. Wow. Okay. So to respond to the first point that you made, I was shitting on him for not having a college education. No, I was throwing the shit he threw at me back at me. He said I didn't have a college education. I was just parroting whatever he said. Literally, if he would say something to me, then I would turn around and throw it back on him. It pissed him off. It was funny. Now, to your second point, you said I wasn't famous. I don't think I'm famous. In fact, it was the last guest that called me famous. Now, to your third point of just calling every member of the audience a fat liberal white woman, I mean, yeah, this is just an intersection of your various prejudices flourishing into one egregious claim.
So
I understand that the MAGA movement hinges on owning the libs, and you guys fucking hate women. You guys fucking hate fat people. So as long as you think all the libs that you're owning are white, fat women, okay, well then all of a sudden, you know, you have the wet dream of every 65-year-old white man with less than 30 brain cells that's ever lived. But like still yet it doesn't make it true. Okay? I would argue that the live stream of this audience is incredibly diverse. People of all sizes, people of all genders, all sexes, all races. Because truth is not exclusive to one size, one race, one gender, one sex. Unlike MAGA will tell you how the white man is the truth. And we just need to shit on everybody who isn't. This is why we need to allow DHS to racially profile immigrants. This is why we need to take refugee status away from countries that are disproportionately black and brown. And this is why we need to actually give expedited refugee status to countries that are disproportionately white, like South Africa. You're a mess. You're a mess, man.
Also, I just want to call out really quick. That's all my black people in the chat watching for you. You rubbed the black people in the chat the wrong way. You got people in the comments saying they're black smack. So as representation for the black people here, no, it's not all liberal white women.
I'm trolling y'all, and I obviously I know it's not all white liberal black white women. I'm joking with you, dude. It's a joke.
Yeah,
I'm just
a joke.
that under your skin.
Yeah, a joke. A true joke told like the juster you are.
Well, it looks like you guys got pretty reactive to it, so thanks for the
Wait,
reaction.
so I just want to clarify. I reacted to the claim that you made by proving it wrong. Yeah, that's what debaters do. I don't know if this is your first experiment.
All right, next topic. What?
Yeah.
Also, really quickly, I just want to say, Ashley, thank you for $25 for the help with purchasing those 13 screens. I don't have 13 yet, but I'm going to 13 screens. So
Bro, you know you got the screens up with all the tabs, and you're Googling stuff as soon as I talk. Because you were incorrect with the person.
Want to watch this?
I was
Check this
absolutely
out.
correct.
Make a claim that you think I wouldn't be able to debunk unless I actively had a screen in front of me to Google it. What, after I put the blanket over my head.
Yeah, who has the highest
About the Trump administration, please. I don't know what you're laughing at. The topic of the live stream is why you support Trump. Like an argument insofar as why you think that Trump is a good...
Going into women's bathrooms or locker rooms, and apparently he said it on
Not apparently, he did.
He said he went into... No, he didn't. Perfect. Good point. Let's play it. I beat you here.
Well, in order for me to play it, I'm going to need to take the blanket off my head and look at a screen. Like, dude, the point of this... The point of this demonstration was supposed to be one to... What, you asked me to play a clip that would necessitate I have a computer in front of me.
Yeah, just debunk you, dude.
What did you debunk me on? What did you debunk me on?
I didn't go exactly. Wait, Smack, do you understand what you were supposed to do? Yeah, I just debunked you. I won like immediately. I said, no. Prove that Trump went to women's locker rooms when he was the magic.
I can prove it. Yeah, I can prove it.
You don't know what he said.
You can't go through he said, she said. Go back to the hiccup.
Okay, here's the first fact. He said that he went into a place where women were around. Here's the second fact. He said in this place there were women with no clothes on and changing clothes. The third fact is that he said in order to get into this place, he had to abuse the fact that he was the owner of it and tell a lie. And the fourth fact is that he said he could have moved. Get away with something he didn't do. Now, the fifth fact is that we all have around, one moment, is that we had around 6, well, every woman or girl that spoke out and said that it happened. Now, clearly, the first 4 facts are going to be the did so with a small in consideration of those 5 facts,
Back in front of a judge, and you said, well, he went into a room where he wasn't supposed to go. You have 3 people said he went there, therefore he went into a dressing room. You would think the judge would agree with you?
You missed the other 4 points.
Okay,
Sorry, 3 points.
Okay, you don't need to repeat them. You don't need to repeat them.
And
with
do I think the judge would agree with me?
You think that's enough evidence to convict him of going into a woman's bathroom?
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Dressing room.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
prove it.
Here's how I prove it. I prove he's innocent until proven guilty. So
Okay,
if
I
he
just
says,
proved him
yes,
guilty.
I went backstage, I own the freaking pageant. Yes, I broke the rules, because in pageants you have rules. Yes, people were undressing, because it's the backstage of a pageant. You see, we can play this game all day, Dean. You can angle something the way you want.
The reason, here's why you're
Hold on,
okay.
I'm not done talking. I just let you finish. The reason...
And I guess I'm in Here's why you're angle picks. It's because he said that there was women in there. Why would there be women in there? Why would he feel the need to say there was no men anywhere? Because the way that he said it made it seem like it was implied. He said it very confidently and under the breath. He said, you know, there's... Okay, like almost, we should know this. As if it was in his face where men weren't allowed. And he seemed to kind of build off of this suggestion that men weren't allowed there. By saying that in order to get in,
What show was just because was he in front of a judge when he said that? What show was he on when he said
he was talking to his buddy Howard
Stern?
I would actually
First off, I would like Howard Stern
but he felt free to actually speak in front of Howard Stern.
If you're in front of a judge, you know you're being on trial. Well, in front of Howard Stern, you're joking around.
He spoke more freely because he wasn't in threat of actually perjuring himself.
I just show both of you guys.
I'd like to show you a clip. I'd like to show you a clip.
Are you gonna play the video where he said he went backstage and not into a woman's locker room?
Nope, I'm gonna show you this clip. Okay, I want you to watch this clip, okay? And I want you to tell me the conclusion that you form about this person, okay? Okay, and this man right here who's asking this person the questions is not a judge, all right?
Listen, no more child porn, right? Last time? Okay. Never gonna do that again. We learned our lesson? My man. Yeah, man. Taking accountability. And we did download those videos, right? We did download those videos, but we deleted them. And you deleted everything for me. And all the allegations were true, right? Wait.
Okay, let's go ahead and pause it there. So now that we understand that this man on the right is not a judge, okay, and this man in the center is just telling you, random guy on the right, can we agree from what he said we could reasonably determine that he's a pedophile?
Yeah.
Don't kill somebody.
Did he explicitly say he was a pedophile?
So you got one guy.
So the question, did he explicitly use the words, I am a pedophile?
This isn't the same context that Trump was in.
Answer the question.
Trump was
Just please, let me build the argument. Let me build the argument. Did the man in the center that you agree?
He didn't say
okay. Okay. So then here are the two facts, because you just affirmed it. You've just affirmed that this man is not a judge. And this man never explicitly said word for word that he's a pedophile. Yet we were able to conclude that this man is a pedophile because he told this man that he'd watched CP. Perfect. Even though this man isn't a judge. Very similarly, when we're looking towards the Howard Stern clip of Donald Trump, sure, he's saying those things to Howard Stern, but Howard Stern's not a judge. Okay, neither is a judge. And he never used the words dressing room, but he said a private space for women. There's naked women inside changing. So even though he never explicitly used the
we can't reasonably conclude
and the person that he's telling it to is not a judge, we still know that Donald Trump barged
dude, I'm going to
into these
disagree with you
dressing
100%. No, we can't reasonably conclude. He owns the pageant. He's going backstage. Obviously, people are going to be undressing and dressing. People aren't allowed back there because it's a pageant.
I
Every
reject that
pageant
assumption.
I've ever been to has been blocked off.
Prove that assumption.
No, we cannot conclude that.
Prove that assumption. Prove that assumption. Prove
I don't
that...
need to. It's innocent until proven guilty.
No.
No.
You made an assumption, i.e. a positive claim that you need to prove, okay? A part of your refutation of the evidence I gave you to demonstrate his guilt was that obviously there would be naked women changing in the general backstage.
Gonna be green lights
Prove
from
that
here on out.
assumption by giving me sufficient evidence to demonstrate that at the beauty pageants Donald Trump owned, there was very typically naked women changing in the general backstage areas away from the private dressing rooms.
So Google Donald Trump pageant backstage. The first thing that will come up is a woman in a bathing suit.
Because they were bathing suit pageants.
What did he say at Howard
No. Because they were bathing suit pageants. That's not getting changed into a bathing suit. That is wearing. Give me evidence that they were getting changed.
Wait, Smack.
Somebody
That's not how search engines work.
I'm proving to you that backstage at a beauty pageant, you didn't prove it.
No, you're proving that they were backstage wearing the apparel that they would be wearing on stage. Okay, that doesn't prove that they would get changed into that apparel backstage. Prove that they would get changed into that apparel backstage. Smack down!
You're blocking me, dude. You're blocking me. And I just pulled up the first picture, backstage beauty pageant Trump, and there's 4 different women in bathing suits. 4 different women. And there's no men. By the way, let me clarify this. There are no men in any of these photos backstage.
That's the apparel that they would wear on stage. Prove your assumption that they would get changed into that. That's the claim you made.
Because backstage is where the dressing room is.
Oh, wait. If backstage is where the dressing room is, you're saying that that we could prove that they'd get changed backstage because that's where the dressing rooms were. So you are admitting that Donald Trump went into the dressing rooms.
Nope. What I said was there are dressing rooms backstage. Backstage and dressing rooms are not the same thing.
Okay, so then prove that they got. Okay, so then prove that they got changed in the general backstage area.
Guess what else is backstage?
Okay, so then
there's a lot of backstage.
Wait. So then, just by pointing out that the dressing rooms were backstage, unless you're saying the dressing rooms were where they were getting dressed.